well, then it shouldn't take a decent programmer to learn very long to learn how it does things and what it's doing, or to use it. Standard libraries are an example of this. It is possible. But unfortunately, most of the time in development contexts, then they wind up with time constraints, usually set by people that have no idea how to set time constraints for software development. And they will have to cut corners, and that's just the way it is. And in that case, things fall apart and systems get weird, and that's the way it is. And I'm not a stranger to this idea. I know how this works. In Minecraft's case, there weren't really time constraints set by an on-high that has no idea how it should be set. They were just time constraints set by somebody who has no idea what they're doing. You know, such is the way of the world. If a programmer follows the right logic flow, then it's generally easier for others to read their work. This is true. Are there any features from Myst you plan to not add to the mod? Not outright. There may be some that never make it in, but there's not any I can think of that are just going to, no, I'm not going to do that. Some things will make it in altered form. For instance, the prison ages have made it in as disarm books. That's the closest I can get, unfortunately. If a programmer uses comments, then yes, code generally becomes more reasonably readable. No, I can't trap players in books because it's not fair. If you're trapped in an age, then you can continue playing. If you're trapped in a book, then you're done. It's not fun. It's not worth doing. It's too much power for griefers, and it's just not fun. If comments are not maintained, then yes, code can get really difficult to understand. Favorite character of the Myst series? Atris, I suppose. He's awesome. Elite, you can just message me on the Mystcraft forums. You can't post a link here anyway. Bibliocraft has a book copying machine. Could that work with Mystcraft books? Nope. Will you add the Braho or anything from Uru Live? I probably won't do much with Uru Live. Veo wants to. I might add the Braho. Do you know where you can find the original Myst games? I think you can buy them on Steam now. Bromuk points out that code should be self-descriptive. If you can write code that is easily readable, please do. It just seems to be a skill that people have trouble developing. Will there ever be a time when you will drop Mystcraft development? I love this mod, and I hope it stays around for a long time. I love the mod too, and I hope it stays around for a long time too. There'll be some point where I stop developing Mystcraft actively, and we'll probably just switch to just updating it. I have a few more arcs that I really want to get in, but things are getting to the point where it's just kind of fun stuff. So it's slowing down already. And I've been very busy lately, so it's slowed down a lot. But at some point, yes, this craft will be discontinued. It will happen. It's a fact of life. I hope it'll be a while, though. Any other world gin incoming? Well, yeah, I've generalized the system so I can do all sorts of really crazy things. I'm focusing on crafting right now, and I've not had time to do fun stuff. But once I can start playing around with goofy things again, there's probably be a lot of world gin and added stuff that you can write in. What do I think that Mystcraft needs before all else? I need to finish. I need to finish crafting. I have the quality arc should go in. It kind of needs quality because that's how I will balance the mod. Mystcraft is not balanced, I'm aware. Past that point, it doesn't need anything. Past that point, I'm getting to some fun mechanics I'd like to add in because it would be useful and interesting in terms of Mystcraft. But it's not necessary. Before I depart, will I release Mystcraft open source? I don't know. I might. World Gen is limited to Mystcraft. I won't ever touch overworld generation except for adding things to treasure and stuff like that. What exactly is the quality arc? Well, books and pages and things will have quality. In terms of tiers. Will huge trees be able to take modifiers in the next release? No, but maybe later. I don't really want to touch turning the world upside down. Will you be adding any tech? I thought I remember you mentioning that before. I plan on doing fire marbles and things like that. 2 a.m. eating hot dogs like a boss. No. I'm 4 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. and I'm still streaming. Will quality reduce instability? High quality might reduce it, low quality might increase it. We'll see. Can you multitask, write code, and answer questions? No, I'm actually really terrible at multitasking. But at the moment I have no code that I feel like writing. Everything is tweaking. And that comes down to testing. And I'm not doing that right now. In that there's a build off to the testers, and they're looking through things, and I know a couple things I need to tweak, but it takes a matter of moments. Will mobs have their damage and HP increase based on the tiers of books? No, the ages themselves won't be very affected by the tiers of books. Could you add water that glows? The genie water. I've always wanted to. Probably will at some point. Been kind of waiting for fluids. Like liquids to get good, and now I'm waiting on fluids, because fluids is the answer to liquids. Thank you, Elite. When does what go into Forgecraft? ETA for release date? Soon! It's just down to tweaking. Mechanics are in. What is the worst bug a tester has found in Mystcraft? I suppose any crash bug. I can't think of any offhand that were just, oh my goodness, kind of bugs. Might you add some of Atris's journals to treasure chests? I'd actually love to do that, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't think no textures was one of the worst bugs. The meteor hitting you crash is still out there, it's still at large, and I still don't know why. I have some ideas for it, but I haven't been able to go through and try and fix it. Aw, Lyra's hanging around until I stop streaming. That's very nice. I believe Cybergoblin is trying to imply that Mystcraft operates under Valve time. It does, yes. But I'm not trying to count to 3. I was demoing worlds from Mystcraft earlier, but I can bring that up and we can look through some more as like. One of the things for the upcoming release is the generative system has been completely revised and changed around and much improved. So, should be quite impressive. I'm not getting Minecraft to come up. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing up. Let's try it again. Okay. Do I have any mod ideas I want to do besides Mystcraft? I've had a few, but I really don't have time for them. I am in Helsinki time, GMT +2, plus the daylight savings. So it's currently 4:30 a.m. Blizzard time. It's ready when it's ready. Yes, that's actually much closer to how Mystcraft operates. Have I ever considered making modding tutorials? I have indeed considered making modding tutorials. I thought it would be fun, but I don't really think I have the time. No, you are not annoying me with random questions. I actually like answering random questions. I'm a computer scientist. 4:30 a.m. I'm awake. Am I planning on adding other aspects of the Myst game to my mod? Yeah. Generally, I like to pick up things from Myst and add it in there. Have I ever considered going to work dressed as a Viking? Not until this present moment, but I think it would be fun. Oh, did I manage to get it up? No, it didn't. It won't load the. Fine. I'll try adding it this way. It's not grabbing the game. You can't see Mystcraft. I have no idea why not. It's possible there's a stray Mystcraft running around, or Minecraft running in the background somewhere. That's unfortunate. Let me try this instead. Sorry, I can't see chat at the very moment. No. Alright, well I apparently can't pull up this anymore. I don't know why. There's probably, because of the crash earlier, a stray Mystcraft running in the background, so I can't. It's linking to the wrong one. Where am I that's 4:30 a.m.? I'm in Helsinki. Will there ever be features not from Myst and Mystcraft? There already are. Did I have a Commodore 64? No, I never actually did. I was my first system. I got a computer when I was 2, and it ran DOS. I'm not really old enough to have had a Commodore 64. Wow, thank you, Elite. I appreciate that very much. Which version of Minecraft did you start on, and what do you miss from that version? The first version of Minecraft I ever played was in Alpha 1.2, I think it was. Yeah, that seems right. And what I missed most? Just the fact that it was new. You know, it's one of the things that when you get used to something, it's no longer quite as new or interesting. So Alpha 1.2 was my first one, and I liked the generation in it. I suppose I missed the generation. I had a house in a tree. Like, there was a really big tree that generated on the edge of a hill, and I put my house in it. I don't think I have that world anymore. I'm sad. Which browser do you use? Firefox. Got any funny Soren stories to share? Nah, I won't share any stories about Soren. What is your opinion of the Xbox One? I haven't looked at it. No, I've never used that solution, so... Everything about Soren is a funny story. Maybe, yeah, okay. I've helped Soren some with coding, but he's mostly learned by himself or through doing things. I don't think there's any questions in chat right now that I can answer. Doing things is a very good way to learn, yes. I bought my account the day before Beta 1.8.1 came out. Worst time to buy the game. It was a very interesting time, but I think that's when I started Mystcraft. Yes, Soren and I are brothers. What OS are you running? Windows 7 currently, but I also use Linux systems. I've never tried modding in Scala, at least I assume you mean Minecraft, and I don't actually intend to try because I don't see any need to. What's the stupidest question you've ever answered? I don't really make a point of keeping track of the dumb questions I answer. There aren't really many dumb questions in the world. It's one of those things. There are no dumb questions. There are, in fact, dumb questions, because you can come up with a stupid question. But really, I don't bother keeping track of the ones people make up to be intentionally stupid. Do I miss, well, any of the old generations for Minecraft? Some of them. I miss some of the train generation for some of them. They were fun. I tend to use Ubuntu, though there's some homebrews, like at the department we've got. It's probably some variation of Ubuntu, I think. Hello, Jaded. I had a few ages earlier that I think you would have really liked. There was purple. There was lots of purple. The dumbest question is to not ask a question. That's fairly reasonable. Minecraft hit version 1 very shortly after Mystcraft, I think. If I can manage to get this to work, actually I'm going to check something real quick. No. No, I can't find it here either. Please stand by. I'm gonna try closing out some things and seeing. There we go. Okay. I'm actually currently doing kill all Java processes. There we go. I just need to adjust it so it's there. Much better. Just needed to close out Eclipse first. Actually, that was probably more of a Java process issue than a Windows issue. Okay, well, anyway, you should be able to see those now. Well, this is a dev instance. It's actually kind of surprising it has 4 mods, and that only one of them is actually a mod. One of them is Forge. Did I learn about coding from taking classes or some other way? Well, I kind of answered this question earlier, but I'll do it again. I originally started programming on QBasic when I was 9, and I learned that by trying, basically. Yes, thank you, Bromok, for this texture. Bromok made this ink texture. At any rate, I was going to TPX some ages and see what we get. Oh look, purple grass. That's good. Here we go. No. Yeah, this was... There was purple everything in this one. Yeah, I started with QBasic when I was 9. And QBasic is a DOS programming language. The editor was fun. And then I moved to C++ shortly thereafter. And C++ then kind of became my native programming language. If I pick up the grass, will it still be purple? No. It's green in your inventory, but if you put it down, it'll be purple. Hey, Jaded. This world's for you. They'll all kill the rain. What else? I switched to C++ shortly thereafter. I picked up a number of languages, primarily web development stuff, before I got to university, but I didn't actually learn any Java before university. I learned Java in university. Yes, you can make the grass any color you like. But since university, I've learned a lot of languages. I know a lot of languages now. So how did I learn programming? Primarily by trying things. I learned most of my coding stuff on C++. And yeah, that was interesting because I was learning from books and whatnot, and my father doesn't actually know C++. Jaded, seen the world. Will you be able to color lava and water? Well, you can color water because this is done through the biome colorization system. You can also color foliage, though not all of it, unfortunately. How are the tendrils generated? They're just caves. Oops. No, it's not a new biome, it's just colorization done through hooks. This is actually just extreme hills. It's done through the biome system, but I didn't actually modify any biomes. Yeah, the tendrils are just modified cave generation, slightly modified algorithm, and like the algorithm's a little more efficient because it wasn't hard to make it a little more efficient. And then the I basically can generate whatever materials I want there. Will I be adding new biomes? I might, but I don't necessarily feel a need for it. There's one biome I want to do, but will Mystcraft generate using the Forge Liquid API? Well, at the moment, there's one liquid symbol, oil, that if Buildcraft is installed, for example, it will pick up the oil symbol. Pure ores biome? Well, that sounds like a bad plan. Could I add limited-sized ages? Might be easier on servers. Well, the end world is an example. It's a floating island. But other than that, I don't know. And this age just has this effect of putting the song "Start wearing purple" in my head. Is there something similar to the old dense ore symbol? Yeah, the dense ore symbol's still in there. It's not yet on Forgecraft, but I guess I could push the build. Purple Rain! Wow. The references. Mist does not currently pick up pages from other mods ores. I don't think it might. I don't remember doing that. It might. But yeah, wow, that's actually pretty neat looking. At any rate, we just gotta look through the War Dictionary. Someone suggested I need a blue world, and that's of course just going to make me sing a different song. Yeah, I'm just kind of flying around this age for Jaded. This build has the new mixer stuff, so, and you can craft the ink mixer. I did the crafting later. I'm glad you like it, Jaded. This was a randomly generated age, and we just kind of thought of you. I didn't write it. I can push this build in a while, and whenever they get around to putting it on the server, you can have purple. Is rainbow grass possible? No. The grass takes a gradient, or it doesn't take a gradient, it just takes a color. It does not take a gradient. And the reason for this is the grass can't change color. The renderer does it once and then doesn't check if anything changed. So you unfortunately can't have gradient grass, which I thought would have been awesome. But you can't do it. Optifine probably won't break this coloring because it's biome. I don't think there's any new things that will make use of leftover biomes yet. I should actually look into doing that first before I actually build, shouldn't I? I'll make a note of that. Thank you for bringing that up, T-Bound. You can colorize tree leaves, at least oak and jungle trees. Birch and fir don't do it right, so yeah. We adding any structures? Yeah? Lots. Soren is in Finland now, but he's not in the same building I'm in. We're actually in slightly different cities. The cities are interconnected, but they're not the same city. What was the biggest challenge updating to 1.5.2? I can't remember any. It was pretty straightforward. It was mostly MCP naming updates. No, we're not Finnish. We're actually from the States. It's not that hard, Jaded. I'm confused. Why am I in Finland? Because I study here. Because I like it here. What else should you like aside from algorithms in order to decide if you should study computer science? well, there's some decent mathematics involved in some things, in terms of theoretical mathematics. And computer science is actually a bit more theoretical than people would really realize a lot of the time. A lot of the time you will learn a lot of practical skills because that's what the world kind of needs, and they'll train you for that. But computer science in and of itself actually existed before computers. I know that's probably an odd concept to you, but it did. It's older than the computers. You're like older than computers themselves, because it was the study of algorithms. But aside from, I think I just lost my train of thought. It's early. It's 5 a.m. I'm starting to have some trouble maintaining consistent lines of thought. What was I just saying? Computer science. Be interested in programming. You'll be doing a lot of it. Not all the computer scientists I know are good programmers, but they all know how to code because they all need to know how to code. So learn to code. Bromek brings up the argument, and it's a standard one that comes up, whether or not computer science is a science, and it is in fact a science, but I don't feel like holding that debate right now. Science is the study of natural phenomena, and computer science does actually study existent phenomena. That's why it's algorithms, in the same way that mathematics is borderline science. But I'm getting kind of random here. Phenomena. Ba-ba-ba-da. I actually, my science teacher from high school, if you said phenomena, her reaction was go ba-ba-ba-da-da. Every time. It was fun. You could actually, while taking an exam, she would, if she walked by, because she'd kind of like walk down the aisles every now and then, it's boring. She was just kind of maintaining tabs. If you went phenomena, she'd go ba-ba-ba-da. I think Soren actually got you with that, Lyra. I don't think it was me. Alright, so somebody wanted to go to the next stage, so we'll go to the next stage. It's dark here. This is the one we needed the night vision potion for. I'll get a shorter night vision potion. I don't want night vision pro. The U.S. education system is actually better than a number of people give it credit for. It could be better, it could be done better. There's a number of really great ideas that are not very well executed, but that's its main problem. There are a number of things that the U.S. education system does quite well. It's just unfortunate that some things wind up taking precedence, or are ignored, or are put down. Just for the record, for everyone showing up late, these ages that I'm going through at the moment are completely randomly generated. I've not written any of them. The Finnish education system is generally described as being very, very good. The Finnish education system is very good. It's based on the U.S. education system and ideas from the U.S. education system, taken logical steps further and implemented well. That's the main things. The U.S. education system has great ideas. It's just not done well, and there's some really odd problems with it. The biggest problems almost always come down to administration and people being stupid. I don't generally like administration systems. Particularly my school administration systems. I'm sorry, but most of the administration around my school area back in the States, way too many politics, way too much politics involved, way too many stupid people trying to get their fingers involved. And I never knew why. I didn't understand what they were trying to accomplish aside from getting their name on a piece of paper somewhere for doing something they didn't do. It really drove me nuts. That and the sports were far too prioritized, but that's a completely different problem. And it wasn't really that bad. But some things the US education system does better than the Finnish education system, we have things like the science fair. And we have things like school projects or presentations. And those prepare you for real-life things you'll have to do later, where Finns aren't really prepared for those until university. Whereas every Finn is actually kind of expected to go to university, so that's okay, but we prepare much better for that. Instability is not off. This age is randomly generated. Make of that what you will. Well, if I look up, you'll just see more ground. I'm in a cave. Using Mystcraft will always spawn a world without instability. You're correct. I didn't actually think about that. So yeah, in this age, instability is turned off. But it's also completely stable. I could turn instability on and it wouldn't matter. I've thought about freezing damage, and it's not really easily done within Minecraft. People have asked my age earlier, and I answered 24. Random ages are now stable, at least for the most part. Yeah. Yeah, believe me, I thought about making some pretty evil winters in Minecraft. It's just difficult to do, since there's not a temperature system. I think I answered everything for the US education system. And I've commented here that I really appreciated having done science fair back in the States, because I was over-prepared for doing bachelor's thesis, whereas here it's a scientific writing course. Bachelor's thesis is just kind of a step along the way here. You're expected to do it and then go on to master's thesis. But I was really well prepared for that. So I've been pretty good for the scientific writing stuff, whatever, whereas people here had to learn more to do it. I was just kind of ready. Grammar system is the new generation system. It's based on context-free grammars, which I don't actually expect anybody to really know anything about. But basically, it generates a sentence or a symbol sequence that is valid and whatnot that will then describe the age. Eliminates most instability. An easier method of creating ages in creative, well, I've considered making it so you can create, like, do this, and that symbol would do. It doesn't actually work, but this is an example. And the problem is you'd have to know the internal references for symbols, so it'd actually be. I think that one's actually void, and then void biocon single kind of thing. And of course you need to do like this if you wanted to specify things. Yes, instability is now pretty much restricted to greed and bad writing. You are correct. Which is rather the way I'd like it to be. Next stage. Kind of dark here too. This one has iron tendrils. It's unstable. It is possible for random ages to be unstable. It's just not guaranteed. For instance, the iron tendrils, these are random, and it would produce instability. Glass tendrils wouldn't. The previous age had coal tendrils, those would. I believe these are spruce wood. Yeah, those aren't unstable. They're nice. I could make a system to try and interpret the text and turn it into internal references. I could indeed do that. Makes it a lot more complicated, but I can do it. Will we ever see copper and tin tendrils? Maybe. If you can get block modifiers for copper and tin, which I may or may not add to Minecraft or Mystcraft itself, we'll see. Can you use glass instead of terrain? No, it's not a terrain block. Will it be possible to make a dense or age stable? Only by cheating. I like the glass tendrils too. Yeah, the seafloor is checkered, you're right. That's because the biomes alternate. I'm not really paid attention to it, that's funny. What the? Air down here. That's cool! I have no idea why there's air down here. But there is. There is, in fact, a Mystcraft API, it's just not publicly available right now. Oh, it's because it managed to generate something, like some kind of cave structure underneath. I'm not sure what the... yeah. Well, 1.6 will break mods, but it won't. Wow, this field is actually kind of difficult to look at. Again, I'm losing my train of thought for the... Oh, 1.6 will break mods, but it's not going to make me recode everything, so it's not a big deal. I'm used to the Minecraft updates breaking stuff. The biggest thing was... there's not another quartz page yet, but there's another quartz crystals. Actually, I need to do that. Well, 1.6, any update will break Mystcraft. Every update breaks every mod. But I don't think it'll actually cause problems. .6 messes with the structure of the save system, I won't care. I'll just do something else. Can I add hollow tendrils? Actually, that'd be a little harder. Especially since on the turns it'd be weird. What was your reaction when Slow asked if you could use Mystcraft to feed the beast? Sure. Generate a new random age. All right. What's the next one? 9? No. 10. What's the worst stuff that you had to deal with? The texture one was actually pretty bad. The recent texture one. Aside from that, I don't know. There was one a few versions back really bugged me. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, you still have to give it MID for Mystcreate. I haven't changed that yet. These are nether quartz crystals, by the way. The moment there's you have 3. I think you might actually have this. I think you have this. But at some point, these aren't tendrils; they're just crystals, like the standard crystals. But yeah, there's a gas tier somewhere. Well, it's a hell age. I think it's probably some kind of tiny biomes and alternate spring planes and. But yeah, at some point I will make this a modifier, and I may in fact do that before I do the release. It's something I wanted to do for this release. I just forgot about it. So I'll make another note about it. Move the crystal formation generation to modifier system and make these block modifiers. That would be great. And then you can have tendrils of things, but that will cause instability. How did you sort of create new worlds without breaking all of the other Minecraft code? Initially, I broke all the Minecraft code. Now I just make Forge break most of the Minecraft code. Like Forge's dimension handler system. It had part of one before Mystcraft, and then I I went through and modified a few things there and made it so it worked a little better in a few regards. And yeah, we were good. The quartz crystals create instability, not in crystal formation, but in tendrils they will, because that's a lot of crystals. The same for glowstone and normal crystals. If they generate in tendrils, that'll be a lot of crystal, so it'll generate some instability. Whereas wood's cheap and glass you can't really mine well, and if you can, it doesn't matter. And what else? What else can you do with these? Stone. Yeah, stone. And then the ores do add instability. These are just the end of tendrils. These aren't crystal formations. No, crystal formations with crystals won't generate instability. And I don't think there'll be ore crystal formations. I won't do those, so it won't matter. Why are there so many tendrils? Well, it's possible there's more than one tendril symbol in here. Also, tendrils just kind of generate a lot. Dirt tendrils. I don't think I have dirt. Huh. Lava slime. Why are the pigmen catching fire? Because the code is stupid and they're under daylight. They don't actually die. They don't actually burn. But yeah. Oh, there's a baby about this line. This particular build's for 1.5.2 and it should be out fairly soon. What's my favorite age? I don't know. These are fun. These randomly generated ones are quite a lot of fun. Wow, a lot of crystals generated right here. That's a really dense one. Alright, do one more. Well, nether quartz, while being an ore in terms of most intents and uses, quartz is a crystal. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Diamonds are crystals too then. Yeah, but diamond ore is handled differently. Diamonds aren't actually crystals. They're not crystal formations. They're gemstones, but gems aren't crystals. You got a good point. There's lots of tendrils in these ages. I should probably try and tone that down. Like I said, the rules are in flux. So... Yes, there are separate pages for each kind of wood. What is the white tendril? What? White tendril? It looks like birch tendrils. I've already explained the ink mixing and linking panel stuff, so I don't want to do it again in the same stream. So later on you could just watch the beginning of the stream. I did it at the beginning of the stream. Server admins can disable the diamond block modifier? Yes. Yeah, it's just birch wood. Quartz block tendrils. Is it possible? Not yet, but later. Soon. I'll probably change it before this release, in fact. But I can't guarantee that. Yes, that was probably mushrooms. That's fun, Rudy. I love the caves that generate under the sea. Those are always fun. And the Night vision's blinking out. There are no stars in this age. Is it quite dark? We may well have gotten dark stars, dark sun, and dark moon. That's weird. Have I ever been burnt out on Mystcraft before, and how did I combat it? Generally, if I get burned out on something, I just take a break. Is it possible to add a modifier about world height? Yes and no, but I don't feel like tackling it just yet. Is it possible for you to make a world with different physics or something, like sand falls up? Kind of, but it'd be hacky at best because of the way it's implemented natively. Your Jedi mind tricks do not work on me. What's the block in my inventory? That is the ink mixer. I created a modifier to add potion effects to an age. Yeah, just write badly and you'll get lots of potion effects. Oh, you want good potion effects? Well, maybe. I'm actually not planning on doing any coding right now, and I should get to bed here fairly soon. It's early, like 5:30 in the morning early. Actually, if people want to ask their last round of questions, then I will answer those and then head to bed. I should quit at this point. Yes, I'm the creator of Mystcraft. One last age? I can do that. Well, good writing does produce no instability whatsoever. Has. Always. If you always get instability, you're just not writing well. Well, actually, no, there was a couple of cases where there were some bugs, but aside from that. Insert question here. Insert answer here. Thank you for watching the stream. I appreciate it. So we were going to do one last dimension. See what we get. Got a rainbow and a sun, and the sky's blue, and it's pretty, and it's very dark. And it's raining gravel. I appear to have gotten a Cave Skyland world. There was already a liquid modifier page or symbol. Now you got me doing it. For oil, for instance. Cave with rainbow. Well, you can see it there. Yeah, Cave Skylands. Totally possible. Those are interesting things. It's also pretty dark in here. There we go. It's raining gravel. Yeah, the rainbow just kind of stops there, because that's the way that one is. Yep, bit of a strange age, but fun. And randomly generated. No, there's no gold at the end of the rainbow. No, I won't do see-through portals, and then I won't make portals show you the other side of the portal. Yes, it's a cave world with skylands. It's raining rubble, hallelujah, it's raining rubble. No, unfortunately it's not really possible to control the rate of burn for fire. So that would be a difficult thing to do. I've actually been in choirs and musicals and things. I don't get paid to sing though. That'd be nice. There we go. It's nice up here. Getting paid to be the Mystcraft dev would be nice too. Yeah, that'd be real nice. But neither one happens. Well, no, you can't sing dubstep. That's not possible. Thank you for watching the stream. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it too, and that you liked seeing the new mechanics and what I've been doing. Thank you, Robok. Singing instability, that would be interesting. Probably really annoying. Now the questions start showing up. Thank you for coming, I had fun, and I will see you again soon.